Okay, imagine this. A two-location neighborhood bakery that used to take 20 minutes every morning to look at yesterday's numbers, check schedules, and decide who covers which shift. Now picture them doing the same work in 5 minutes. That's not magic. It's a short, human-approved morning brief that surfaced a low stock risk on a best-selling pastry and a 1-minute action to swap pans and avoid a midday sellout. The owner called it a small change that saved her team an hour a day in total. Today, we'll show how to build that 5-minute, privacy-safe, human-first daily dashboard using data you already have.
I love that story. It's the kind of practical payoff we want. Smaller teams, fewer slow mornings, clearer priorities. For listeners, here's what to have ready for this episode. 1 day of a POS snapshot, your staff schedule for that day, and a list of your top 10 SKUs. If you don't have exports, no worries. We'll give a fallback manual entry option.
Quick panel intro. I'm Duarte, your host. Sarah's here as our ops reality check. We've also got Maya, who runs that bakery, and Ethan, a bookkeeper who helps small shops pull clean daily reports. Maya, Ethan, welcome. Tell us briefly what you saw change after starting the brief.
Thanks, Duarte. Morning routines used to be me squinting at screens, guessing if we needed an extra baker. After 2 weeks of the brief, our shift lead said, "We know the one thing that matters today, whether to bake more of a pastry, call someone in, or move inventory." It cut noise and gave us confidence to act fast. Also, my morning stress level dropped, which mattered as much as the time saved. From the numbers side, the brief forces you to be selective. You don't need every sale or every line item. A compact sheet, daily net sales, number of voids, top 3 SKUs by revenue, pending appointments, and staff coverage is enough to spot the small risks that matter.
Great. That leads us to topic 1. Pick minimal signals and redaction rules. Sarah, take us through which fields matter and how to redact customer data so we stay privacy safe.
Start with 5 categories: net sales, void/refunds, top SKUs, top 3, staff coverage, who's scheduled versus who's out, and any pending appointments or deliveries. For redaction, remove or hash customer names and emails, strip full phone numbers to the last 4 digits only when needed, and never include payment card details. If your POS export includes customer notes, scan for PII and remove it. The whole point is to keep the brief operational, not personal. A practical redaction rule I use: export full rows to a sandbox spreadsheet, then run a simple column map. For customer columns, replace values with customer redacted or only the initials. For contact columns, keep just the last 4 digits or omit them entirely. Also add a timestamp column for the snapshot so you can trace which export the brief used. We also removed customer notes entirely. We don't need a name to know we're low on croissants. That made my team feel safer about using AI synthesis. There's 0 customer detail in the brief.
Nice. Next, how to capture those signals from common tools. Ethan, give a short how-to for pulling a 1 row per store daily snapshot from a POS and a schedule export.
Most POS systems let you export daily sales summary by store. Pull the net sales, number of transactions, and top SKUs report. From your scheduling tool, export who's on shift and who's marked unavailable. Match the 2 by date and store ID in a single sheet. If your tools don't export easily, use a simple manual form. A manager types today's net sales, top 3 SKUs, and a short note on coverage into the sheet each morning. It's low friction and keeps the process moving.
Perfect. Topic 2 now. AI assist, synthesize, prioritize, and draft the brief. I want to show a conservative prompt pattern that turns rows into a 3-line brief, 1 headline risk, 1 sentence context, and 1 suggested action. I'll read a sample prompt and then give examples of good and bad briefs. Sample prompt pattern. Given these sanitized daily signals, produce a short 3-line morning brief for a store manager. 1. Headline risk in 2 words. 2. 1 sentence context explaining why. 3. 1 conservative action a manager can approve in under 5 minutes. Do not fabricate inventory counts or customer names. Flag any numeric uncertainty with verify before acting.
And some example outputs. Good versus bad. Good. Headline, low croissant stock. Context, croissants sold 80% of available batch yesterday, and on hand shows 2 pans, likely midday sellout. Action, bake 1 extra batch at opening. Verify pan count before confirming. Bad, croissants will sell out by noon. Close the store if needed. The bad one is decisive, not verifiable, and tells you to take drastic action without a human check. One quick human edit checklist we require. 1. Verify 2 local facts. Physical inventory count, staff present. 2. Confirm the suggested action fits labor and supply constraints. 3. Ensure the brief uses hedged language when numbers are estimates. If a brief fails any of these, the manager marks it needs review and investigates before action. We stamp every AI brief with manager approved and an initials box. That approval gate made everyone comfortable. AI suggests, humans decide. It kept the team from overreacting to surface signals.
Topic 3. Ritual, roles, and pilot ops. Sarah, walk us through a tight 7-day pilot plan we can run with 1 paid staff champion and a 5-minute morning ritual script.
Day 0. Choose your champion, a paid shift lead. Day 1 to 7. Each morning the champion pulls the snapshot, runs the synthesis, reads the 3-line brief aloud, verifies 2 facts, and either approves or flags. Keep the ritual 5 minutes, 90 seconds to read the brief, 90 seconds to verify, 60 seconds to decide and record the action. Track 3 KPIs, average decision time, % of actions completed within the day, and false positive flag rate, how often the brief suggested an action that proved unnecessary. Stop-go rule. If decision time doesn't drop by day 7, iterate the signal set or the approval steps. One small measurement trick. Have the champion log time start and time end in the same sheet used for the snapshot. That gives you a simple decision time metric without extra tools. Also log whether the action was executed and the outcome. Quick binary fields that keep reporting light. We paid our champion $2 extra an hour for that week. Small incentive, big adherence. After day 7, we shared a simple scoreboard. Time saved this week equals X hours. That convinced one skeptical shift lead to keep going.
Panel practicals. Let's role-play generating a brief from a sanitized row. Ethan, read a sanitized snapshot row out loud. Keep it simple. Net sales, voids, top SKU, scheduled staff, and a note.
Sanitized snapshot. Store 2. Net sales $1,200. Voids 2. Top SKU, almond croissant, sold 45 units. Staff scheduled 3, but 1 called out. Pending delivery, flour shipment expected at 10 a.m. Snapshot timestamp 0700.
Using our conservative prompt, an AI synthesis might produce headline, almond croissant pressure. Context, sold 45 units yesterday with only 2 pans on hand and 1 staff absence. Delivery today at 10 a.m. may not arrive before peak. Action, bake 1 extra almond batch at opening and confirm delivery ETA. Verify pan count and staff readiness before executing. Maya, what would you do hearing that in the huddle?
I'd ask the lead to count pans right now and text me the count. If pans are 2 or fewer, we bake an extra batch on arrival and call the backup shift person to see if they can start 30 minutes early. If pans are 3 or more, we monitor sales for the first hour. That's the manager approval in action. That role play shows the ritual. AI surfaces the risk, humans verify local facts, and then a quick action is chosen. Keep the action conservative and reversible whenever possible. Move someone's start time, bake 1 extra batch, reorder a small amount. Nothing irreversible without a follow-up check.
Wrap up. You now have the blueprint. Pick minimal signals, apply redaction rules, use a conservative AI prompt for a 3-line brief, and run a 7-day pilot with a manager approval gate. Visit our website to download the morning brief template and the 7-day pilot checklist we mentioned. Download, try it next week, and report back.
If you try it, start small and pay your champion. Little incentives make rituals stick, and the time savings add up fast. And remember, limit AI to synthesis, not decisions. Always verify 2 local facts before any operational change. One last practical. If your POS or scheduler doesn't export, use our manual entry fallback in the template. It works, and it's honest. The goal is better decisions, not perfect data.
Before we go, cliffhang. Next episode will show how to turn recurring brief findings into weekly actions, hiring, inventory shifts, or supplier changes, so your morning brief becomes a feedback loop that actually changes business outcomes. Use AI to support people, not replace them. Okay, that's our cue.